It's almost nap time. I feel the same way.
Every on thing.
Bactrian. This is a Bactrian camel, and they live like in the Gobi Desert. And these camels are called ships of the desert. And part of the reason they're called ships is because they have a pacing gait, and that means they go 2 left, 2 right, 2 left. So if you're riding them, it's going to be like this. It's going to be like being on a ship. Now the desert. It's another thing you got to understand. Is the desert. Does anyone know what a 3-letter word representing or to explain the desert would be? Can anyone have a 3-letter word describing the desert?
Dry.
That's it. A lot of people say hot. They're wrong. It's dry. So the biggest desert in the world is the Antarctic. Second biggest is the Arctic. Third biggest is Sahara. So you gotta be able to handle dry. Now, one thing about a desert, it's not always hot. It gets real cold at night. Like in the Gobi Desert where these guys are found, you can have a 90-degree swing. So say it's 70 degrees right now in the Gobi Desert, you can get down to minus 20 tonight. So you can die, if you're a human, you can die of heat during the day, die of cold at night. They got to be able to handle it, right? So handle that really dry, hot, and dry, cold. They got to be built to survive it. And they are amazingly built to handle water, hydration. He can drink 27 gallons in 10 minutes, and if we were to drink that proportionately, we'd all die. There's no doubt about it. Their red blood cells can handle it. They can blow it up to like 240% of their original size. So it's late in the day. I'm just gonna kind of fly through some of this stuff for you. But this is the most important graph in the whole world to me. What it does, it tells you when God made Adam about 6,000 years ago, and Adam begat Seth, and it just lines up all the patriarchs. It tells you what happened. Now, the Bible makes a lot of historical claims, and they have to stand up if they're true, right? They got to be reasonable, right? They got to match the evidence, right? Everyone wants the evidence. Well, guess what? Bible's got to stand up. It's no different than anyone else on it. Got to stand up. Okay, Bible says there was a global flood about 4,364 years ago. It should leave tons of evidence. Physical evidence, geological evidence, anthropological evidence. If you look up Noah's 16 grandsons, can you find them in history? Do they name rivers after these guys? Do they name languages after these guys? Yeah, you can. We can find, How about flood legends? We can find over 500 of them. Now, if there's a global flood about 4,400 years ago, then our population level of 7 billion has to match 8 people coming off an ark, right? Has to match it, right? We're putting it to the test, right? We just want to be reasonable, right? We want our worldview to match the evidence, right? Right? We're going to get into that in a little bit. Anyway, let's look at the fossil record. Well, we have a dromedary foot bone. Everyone's fine. This is a huge dromedary foot bone found 10 years ago in Syria. And everyone's fine. It's undoubtedly a dromedary camel. Like, well, here's probably what it looked like. It's twice the size. Everyone's fine with it. And you can breed Bactrians with dromedaries. You can breed camels with llamas. And they call them commas. And they named this one Rama. And I'm pretty sure he didn't vote for Obama. But here's the cells of a camel's stomach.
Can I see?
Yeah, huh? These cells hold water.
Why?
It's oval blood because he needs to store up water.
Oh.
He's going to need it in a dry desert, right? Red blood cells are oval, can expand to 240% the size. Anyway, amazing third eyelid that shuts and you can see through it. Amazing foot with a giant pad on it that spreads out when it hits the sand with 2 giant toenails.
Wow. Two giant toenails.
Let's get back to history, right? We got to have the best case, right? We have a lot of evidence that matches the history we believe to be true, correct? Now, a ship sinks. Got it? And it's got coins on it. And the coins have dates on it. What coin's going to tell you the closest date of that shipwreck?
I don't know.
It's going to be the youngest coin. How old is the shipwreck? You look for its young. You aggressively look for its youngest indicator. And how many of those coins would you need? Same thing with age of Earth, guys. You aggressively look for the youngest indicator. And you only need one. It's a limiting factor. That's the deal. How tall are you? I aggressively look for the shortest distance from your head to the ground, not from your head to over there. I throw that one out, right? Same thing. You guys get it? You look for your limiting factor. Human population level. Gotta match eight people coming off an ark 4,364 years ago. Does it match it? Matches it really nice. Starting to buy the Bible timeline, Bible worldview, right? Well, how about the Mississippi River Delta? Tons of sediment flows in there every year. Now, how much sediment's there? Does that match a million years? How about 500,000? How about 100? No, not near enough sediment in there. River deltas are too small. Population's too small. Not enough salt in the ocean. Not enough mud on the seafloor. You needed one coin? How many did I get? I just gave you like 5 of them, right? I could give you more. Would it do any good? No, it wouldn't. Because you're looking the wrong way. See, I've been on the other side of the debate. I've considered both sides. I was over there. I'm over here now because it makes the most sense. It matches the evidence. It's got the best reasoning behind it. It's got the best arguments. It's got the best forensic science. Guys, be forensic scientists. It's going to fall in your lap. We're on the narrow path, though. So we don't have the numbers. We have the best case. We just don't have the numbers. You know, when I was going to school, they say, well, you tell it's really old because all those layers, right? Well, there's 25 foot of layers revealed in 3 hours. See, if you have the wrong premise and you rewrite history due to a faulty premise, that's what they've done, guys. They rewrote history, and we let them do it. And you know what? We got to reclaim it. We have the best forensic case for the biblical history, guys. And we can't let them get away with faulty premises, right? That takes people go to hell, man. There's a girl that's a little closer. Here's Bryce Canyon, beautiful. It's all sedimentary rock, man, all laid down by water. How about folding mountains, guys? Can you fold hard rock? How about a pencil? Can you fold a pencil? Not very well,
yes.
No? Well, it's going to break on you. So is hard rock. See, this had to be folded when it was soft. You know, the Bible says God raised the mountains up. You guys see a little fingerprint of God there?
No.
Okay, highest mountains. Mount Everest. What do you see at the top? Layers, right?
Yeah.
Bunch of layers.
Bunch of layers.
Sedimentary rock. And the highest mountains. What kind of fossils do you find? Marine fossils. See, everyone knows this. Even evolutionists, they just don't talk about it a lot. Because we got the best story. Their story, it's crazy. Anyway, marine fossils. These are coiled shellfish on the highest mountains, about 5.5 miles up. That's hard to breathe up there. 2 miles up in the Andes Mountains, giant closed fossilized oyster shells, 500 of them. Giant. Is there an animal, land animal that outlives man right now? Anyone know what it is? Yeah. There you go. Boom, giant tortoise. So if you have the oldest man, follow me, the oldest man lived to 979, and there was turtles outliving him. What do you expect to find in the fossil records? See, the oldest man died the year of the flood. And these guys grow every year.
Why?
So that's how they're made. So you'd expect giant reptiles in the fossil record, right? Well, that's what we get. Giant sea turtle, archelon,
No, that's a bone. Of an animal.
you know, boom. Keep growing and growing and growing. Now, okay, so things were different, right? People lived in 969. We're getting megafauna, right? That's what they call them, giant animals in the fossil record. Megaflora, you know, giant plants. We got mosses that are like 6 inches, you know, cattails that are 60 foot tall, you know, I mean, amazing things. Now, is there anything that gives us insight into that? Well, here's we call this amber, which is fossilized sap. Now, it's got an air pocket in it. Now, you can find the composition and find how much oxygen is in that air pocket, right? How much percentage oxygen? Right now, do you guys know what we're breathing right now? Percentage oxygen? What's that feel like? 21.
Oh, wow. That's lower than I thought.
Yeah, it's 78% nitrogen. So a whole lot of nitrogen, 21% oxygen. Now, you know what we measure here?
100%.
Like up to 35%, which is 50% more oxygen. It's starting to make sense. People live it. Things were different. More oxygen. Maybe different atmospheric pressure. And this is Time Magazine, guys. This isn't Christianity Today. See, they know us. They know we got megafauna. They know we got fossils on top of Mount marine. You know, they know this. We just want the most reasonable story to history. That's all, right? I mean, none of us wants to be believing fairy tales, right? Why are we here? Why are there 7 days in a week? You know, why are we all wearing clothes? Why, why is Chuck E. Cheese sometimes a bit of a drag, right? I mean, pizza and ice cream and dancing mice. Children are crying. Anyway, back to megafauna. Giant shellfish. 5 foot. How about a 1.5 foot roach? 1.5 foot roaches, right? They need more oxygen to get that big. Sloths that are 750 times the size of current sloths. Megafauna. Dinosaurs in a death row. A lot of death row. Gasping for their last breath. Now, who do you think drew this? A dinosaur? Drawing his brother? Probably man, right? Well, apparently this man missed out on the memo. He's supposed to miss dinosaurs by 64 million years. Petroglyphs, pictographs, cave paintings, artwork. Dinosaurs with man. It's all over the place. The Bible talks about behemoth, leviathan, dragons. Look, another cave painting. Man with dinosaurs. No way around it, man. That's the forensic evidence. That's the anthropological evidence. Camels on cave paintings. Dinosaur soft tissue. You told me 15 years ago that we're going to find soft dino tissue. It's like everyone's going to believe the Bible, right? We got soft dino tissue. You know what? They just made another lie to couch the other lies. Oh, it's surrounded in iron. Yeah, that's what kept it for 64 million. Yeah. See, well, here's the deal. You keep showing evidence to people like this, and you know what you get? You get something like this. They're not going to hear it, man. They don't want anything to do with it. You know what? Because they might have to change their lives. That's frightening. You know what? I was like that for 31 years. And by the way, children, adults can act just like this. Isaiah 1:18. The Lord said, "Come, let us reason together, saith the Lord." Right? That means we got a reasonable Lord, and we have the capacity to be reasonable. So if we bring great reasoning to our Maker, He's going to point us in the direction we got to go, you know? And there's really only 3 kinds of reasoning. There's abductive, deductive, and inductive. And when someone leaves the ice cream on the kitchen table, it's half melted. You use abductive reasoning right away. You're like, you know what? Jimmy loves ice cream. He's real lazy. I bet Jimmy did that. You know? Or you're trying to diagnose an illness. I've had a fever for a week now. Doctors use an abductive reasoning. Or you take your car in the auto shop. How long has it been making that noise? Well, here's your problem. Anyway, have the best forensic science using the best abductive reasoning you can, and you're going to get to the best history of man that's available. But you're going to be on the narrow path, and you got to get used to that, because broad's the path that leads to destruction. And that's when you're on the broad path. This is what you do, and it's not because of the evidence. It's because they love sin. They love darkness. You know? And it has appeal for a season. You know, look, we got the best case. We just don't have the numbers, and it's glorious to talk about the camel. But I'm saying the Bible's historically sound, and that flood screams all over and all these rocks. Yeah. That Tower of Babel screams with I mean, at least 20 distinct language families. You know, we're all speaking Indo-European, or they used to call it Japhetic language family, but English, French, German, Spanish, Greek, Latin. They're all Indo-European. They're all the same language family. You know, do you guys speak German? Well, I'm going to tell you that you do. How about mother, father, brother, sister? That's Mutter, Vater, Bruder, Schwester. Wow. How about finger in hand? Well, that's finger in hand. So, next time anyone asks you to speak German, you can say ein bisschen. It means a little. Because English is a Germanic language. So, you guys see it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, it's a lot. That's when they look for language similarities. That's what they do. They look for, like, they call them core words. You know, what's finger, hand, mother, brother. You know. But anyway, it's a glorious study. Noah's 16 grandsons. Check it out. It'll just adhere you to the anthropological significance of our worldview. You know, it's sweet. But it's history. It's not science versus religion, guys. It's history versus anti-history. Because the one wrong history is going to undermine the one right one. Mm-hmm. So, you know, be careful of historical things when people say, "Oh, Jesus had a wife and kids." You know, that's a half dozen words that put history on its head. And it didn't. Historical claims don't stand alone. You know, that's all they got to do. And they know it, you know. So, be an avid historian, forensic scientist, using the best abductive reasoning. This stuff will flow in your lap. You have to find it, though. It's just narrow path stuff. But, I mean, there's souls on the line, you know. And we're to reach out in meekness and gentleness and all fear, instructing those who oppose themselves. You know? They're their own enemies. You know? They're trying to take the guns out of hand. You don't have to do it. You know? There's a better way. You know? Anyway, it's glorious. We got all the answers, guys. So rejoice and share them. Go on. All right. God bless you all.